Absolutely do. What I would say on that, and I don't know if you've looked into this at all, right? But I mentioned the AI tool that we have to help us call sellers, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You showed me that day when I came up there.
Okay, so definitely, I would start using that. We'll get you access to that so you can we'll add you to the team for that.
Okay.
That way you can literally just go in there and do the role play. There's like 3 different scenarios. You can do it while you're sitting in the garage working on your cars. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And then it's just AI, so it doesn't worry. You don't have to worry about talking with the seller actually, just kind of like mess around with it and see what happens. And
Yeah.
then it'll send you a score afterwards. Caleb, we're doing that through Slack, right? The score comes through. So yeah, so I'll add Brad to the Slack channel. We can do that. And then you'll get a score for it. And then it kind of like will just tell you like things you could have done better, things you
Yeah.
missed, give you a couple questions, all that stuff. It's a great tool to make you feel more comfortable doing it.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
So that'll be great there. And then if you can, I know that you're not able to right now do the Saturday trainings, for the sales call stuff.
Yeah.
You got racing, but if you go in there and underneath the classroom and you go underneath acquisitions and negotiations, Jake has his whole entire sales training in there, right?
Yeah.
It has the whole entire thing of sales process A to Z. It's really in depth and it'll walk you through that whole entire process.
Yeah.
So, again, a lot of that stuff you can just listen to as you're like sitting there working on cars and stuff. It'll be cool.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
cool, man.
I can do that. So I guess my question yesterday was, um, the best list to pull is probate and foreclosures and all that. I guess all my my questions will be answered in the acquisitions stuff.
Dude, we got plenty of lists already pulled for you. You don't even have to worry about paying money and doing all that stuff. We have plenty of leads for you to call. Like, don't even
Okay.
worry about that. Like, we have plenty of we're basically focusing right now on foreclosures. I think we're
Yeah.
sending out like another 100 letters today.
Yeah.
We're pulling data straight from the county right now. So, by all means, like we can give you those numbers and start calling them.
Okay.
Not a problem. You don't have to worry about spending money and skip tracing and all that stuff. We got that all taken care of for you.
All right.
How about them stamps?
Oh, I love the stamps, bro. Right?
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, I love it. I love it, dude. How you doing, Mr. Maddox?
Eating dinner.
Yeah, I like it. Good for you. You must be
Oh,
happy.
y'all having dinner
Today's
with
your
me.
Friday.
Huh?
I said you must be happy. Today's your Friday.
Thursday. I call it Thursday, Friday.
Thursday, Friday. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's
All right.
cool. So how'd your week? I saw your post about looking for private money. Did you get any interaction off it?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Well, which one?
I don't know. I saw one today. It was like a picture, just you. It was like a static post. It was just you. It was like a picture of you.
Oh, no. I mean, I just threw that out there. But, however,
Yeah.
are you still answering questions or are we just kind of free?
We're just free flow, free flow. Go for it.
So I got a new house under contract right around the corner from me. It's right across the street from Eastside High School.
Nice.
And the lady, I'm doing creative financing with her. So she wants 119, for the house. And it's on like almost an acre, dude, right across the street.
No
It's
kidding.
crazy. And so, I did the whole, went and talked to her, all the stuff. And, I was like, I can't do 119, like 119 cash didn't make sense. I mean, it just didn't. And when I'm talking to sellers, dude, I'm straight up. I'm not trying to bullshit them. I'm just like, look, I don't mind walking through the process with them, because I just feel like he gives me more credibility. It looks honest, I mean, I just feel like the conversation is better, for me with them. It just works better.
100%.
So, I was like, listen, here's an idea. And I pitched her, like down payment, creative financing, like on the balance. And I said, would you be interested in something like that? And she was like, well, yeah, maybe, tell me more about it. So I go, okay, what would be the number for you that you would have to have out of this deal? Like what cash would you have to have or want, from me, skin in the game that made you feel good? And she was like, I don't know, maybe like 30%. So that was like 36 grand. And I said, so if I gave you 36 grand and we financed the difference, that'd be $84,000. I said, would you be interested in being the bank? And then I explained what being the bank meant. I'm like, you get all the security, you know, you get mortgage, you get on insurance, you get the note, you know, you'll be secured on another property that has a higher value than your note, you know, of 84,000. So if I didn't pay you, you actually will get more. You could take the house and sell it, do whatever you want with it. And so she was like, yeah, she was down with that. And it's not her primary residence. So she was, you know, the other thing that she had talked about was she was worried about capital gains. And I said, well, you know, you can strike that right off because, you know, you'll just be getting monthly payments and it'll like lower that tax bracket. You know, if you take the whole lump sum, you know, then you'll get hit with it. And she was like, oh my God, I didn't even think about that. It was great. It was like perfect. So
Yeah.
anyway, we signed the contract today. And you know, so I pitched it out. I pitched it out, you know, at 125. So I was just sort of fishing it around. And dude, people were like 20 people hit me up like that, you know, for it. But I'm not sure if I want to sell it. I was just kind of like dangling the carrot a little bit, you know what I mean? And it's
Yep.
not because of that. I'm just, you know, and I'm like, I might flip it. You know, I'm kind of putting all my numbers down. But here's another awesome thing that could be an exit. So I know a couple who live around the corner from me, and they're good friends with my girlfriend, and so I know them too. And they were talking to me about maybe a week ago. They have a restaurant and they're Greek. So, you know, they're usually like cash heavy, you know, Greeks. And so they wanted to buy a house for an employee that's worked with them for a long time. He's Spanish and, you know, kind of has that whole, you know, that doesn't have like all the papers and all the stuff, that whole thing, and owner finance to them. And so I was like, well, that's awesome. And so this was over the 4th of July. And so during the week, you know, I started going, okay, so they're kind of wanting to do something like that, you know? And so I talked to them yesterday about this property because I wasn't under contract yet with this property. So now that I've got it locked up, I said, hey, listen, and the guy needed to be somewhere around 300,000. And I was like, this is so perfect how it
Yeah,
lines up. And
yeah,
so I said, listen, here's my suggestion. I'm like, you could be the bank for me. I will pay you a return. You will get all the security for the house. I will fix it up. You'll buy it from me and owner finance it to him. And we can all do that for 300,000, maybe even less.
yeah,
And they were like, oh my God. So that is maybe I'm hoping that how this is going to turn out. If
yeah.
not, it's fine. You know, they're also looking at my house around the corner that I just finished up yesterday. It's 475. It's a 4.5, 2,700 square feet. And so they're also considering their son and his wife like getting that house and them maybe helping them like with the money and maybe giving the employee the son's house. So that's also in the mix, you know, like owner financing that to so one
Yeah.
way or another, I'm hoping that they get one of the houses. So
Yeah.
we'll see. I mean, you know, I'm pretty excited because the new one, I'm like, it's like it just laid out perfect. You know what I mean? I'm like, this is crazy. So I don't know. I might keep it. I might wholesale it. I might be able to work a deal with them. I don't know. We'll see.
It's
But
nice when all of a sudden, every once in a while, you get one that actually just kind of like lays out and it's like perfect. It's like, oh, okay, thank God. It keeps you coming back for
I
more.
mean, initially, dude, you know, I'm still like, you know, till shit is all
Oh, yeah.
signed up on the dotted line. I'm like, whatever.
Yep, yep. No,
So
that sounds great. Just for learning purposes on the deal,
yeah,
right? Let's kind of like go over it a little bit if you don't mind.
yeah,
Just so 119, you're at 120, you're at 119 on it, right?
yeah.
And so you have 36,000 is what she wants to walk away with. Is that what
That would be my down payment to her.
the
Yeah.
down payment to
I'm
her?
essentially buying it for $36,000.
And then that remaining note is of the 84 that she's
Yeah.
carrying. You're cross collateralizing that on a different property, right?
Yes, that payment will be 700 a month it'll cost me. So
And
I'm
that's
basically
$100
borrowing and it's principal only. There's no interest.
principal only, so it's going straight there to it. Where you get the $36,000 down payment from?
whoever wants to give it to me.
I like that. I like that.
And
Yeah.
hey, here's the other thing.
Yeah.
Here's sidebar on that.
Yeah.
I was talking to her. She said her dad, who's passed away now, did sort of some financing stuff like this. So she wasn't like totally like out of the loop. She kind of had a little idea,
Mhm.
but I was talking to her about the private lending stuff, because I was like, this is how it works. Like I work with people that like to be the bank, they want to be invested in real estate and get a nice return, but they don't want to do anything. And so she was like, well, if you gave me the $38,000, could I invest that with you? I was like, of course you can. So I might just you know what I mean? Like, I might just woo woo well, somehow.
Good working. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm all like jacked up about this deal because there's like so many like possibilities, and it doesn't always work out like that. But and then she went on to tell me, I was talking to her about self retirement accounts, retirement account investing, and she was like, "Well, I got some stuff in retirement," and she's like, "My uncle passed away, and I think I'm getting 50,000 from him shortly." And I was like, "I mean, we can
Wow.
do something with that if you want." So I was just like going, "What the hell is going on?"
Yeah.
I don't know, but I mean,
Yeah.
getting the other benefit of this type of creative financing is what private lender, because they're going to come in with the cash for the property. Now their loan to value is going to be way down. I don't need 119 plus rehab. I would need 36 plus rehab. So now they're looking at maybe 50%,
Not,
like
yeah,
with
yeah,
all that. I mean,
yeah, yeah, sure.
that is like you want a loan on stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep. No, I love that
We'll
deal.
see. We'll
That
see.
sounds amazing. That's awesome. And then and so Philip is the guy that's holding the other note, cross collateralizing it, right? Is that how he's doing that?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And
Our
so
partner coming
how
in.
is it that is that note going to get paid off when you sell the house?
Yeah. So what happens is when we close and I get I will when I close the house, meaning on the back end,
Yeah.
he'll just hold, there's just a note on the property, right? Like in the beginning. And
Yeah.
he doesn't want it paid off, but he'll give me sort of a discounted price. He'll like sell or let's say borrow against it. So like if it's 0%, he might sell it to me for like 3% discount. You know what I mean? So I'll pay him when I sell the property. So it'll help me make money. And he's borrowing on that note for 3%. You know what I mean? Which is great. So it's kind
Mhm.
of like a win-win. And he'll take that and go do something with it.
Yeah. 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 So he'll be able to take that. Yeah. Move it around.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
So the
definitely.
note stays on the property. He wants the payment, like the 700 a month. He's paying that for me paying him a discounted note.
Mhm. Interesting. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway,
I love all that. The whole, because he's definitely he's big into the notes and the paper and just collecting all that and stacking it, right? That's a big.
yeah, and I've been trying to move into that a little bit, because I see like, dude, it opens up so many possibilities on being able to close some contracts. I mean, especially in our market, I mean, so much stuff is sitting around, you
Yeah.
know, and so we're coming in with all these cash offers, which are the most expensive for us, and it's the lowest amount that we can pay,
Yeah.
and so I'm like, listen, here's some other options. You want another $50,000 if I can pay you that, but we kind of break it down. I mean, does that make sense to you? Is that something that you'd even like to talk about? And most of the time, you're like, well, yeah. I mean, like,
Yeah.
what does that look like? And then you run through it. And I mean,
Absolutely. We've been
yeah,
having really good conversations lately with a lot of people about properties that are listed, just going direct to agent, even just properties that are listed. And there's a lot more open conversations about creative finance right now. And I think it's only going to get bigger and bigger and gain more steam as this becomes what it is, right? So that's exciting, dude. And like you said, it's the best because it's the cheapest way for us. Like the cash offer is like more of a pain in the ass than anything, right?
man, I'm telling you what. I mean, it's so much more. And lenders are still like 12-2, 13-3, or 14. They still want all this high rate and all the points and stuff. And like the deals over the last few years, margins have shrank.
Right.
They're
Yeah.
not changing their rate. So it's like if you hold the property and flip it, you're the one that's getting the shaft.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, like, I'm like, well, god dang, I mean, I don't, that's why, everyone that has all those high rates, in my opinion, they're high. I'm like, I mean, I'm always searching for like 10 or less.
Yep,
You know what I
yep,
mean?
yep. I like,
So,
I like to stay around. If I do 12% or less, on private money, 12% or less, I'm good. Because private money, I'm not having to pay points either. I'm not having to do that. A lot of the times I can just pay it at the end. I don't have to make monthly payments on it, all
yeah,
that.
balloon payment. Yeah, me too, dude.
Yeah, yeah, and
Me
those are the
too.
ways to, that's the way to go, instead of all this stuff with, I mean, I like, I said the ABL there, I get good hard money rates, but still, it's a lot of money up front. You still gotta get a secondary primary to come in with that money up front, 60, 70K, and then
Hmm.
borrow the money, make the monthly payments, pay the points, pay the appraisal
Yeah.
fees, pay the freaking fee for this. It's like, man, it just
I
eats.
mean, you're behind 8 ball before you even get off the start line.
Yep, yep, you got, and then the
So,
wholesaler wants to charge a $30,000 assignment fee for crying out loud.
yeah.
What are
So,
we doing here?
well,
Right,
the other
Caleb?
So my other one is I'm closing on the 25th. It's 2 Fridays, and it's the same situation. So this is the one that was it's in Forester Woods Estates, which is up Miller Road, kind of like up Whole Foods area up that way. And so, they wanted 500,000 for the house, and it's 3,500 square feet. It's already kind of nice, and it's in a great neighborhood. It's just a cosmetic, cosmetic repairs.
Hmm.
And so it was like 375 cash, and they were like, no, can't do that, no way. When we went through the whole scenario, and I was like, okay, well, can we do 500 like this? And so they had a mortgage note that needed to be paid off on their current property, which was 236, and they wanted a down payment of 20% for their new house and moving expenses. And that came to like 109,000 or something. So we were at like 343 or something like that. So we signed off on that, and it created a $157,000 note that we did the same thing, took it out of that house and put it on something else. And they're getting payments of $600 a month for 22 years. They were
Hmm.
good with that. So we were like, it's kind of like a retirement account. You're getting all that extra money. It's just being paid out over time, but you can kind of view it like an IRA payout or something. And they were like, yeah, that makes sense to us. So
A lot safer than being in the stock market too. It's actually,
yeah, I
it's
mean, for
on a
sure.
real asset.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I
I
don't
love
know.
it. That's so good, man. I'm happy for you. What you doing tomorrow? What's on your list?
I've got so I've got all this stuff. I'll share it in our in the group.
Yeah.
I've been putting together all this stuff, man. You know how we're all the same with our brains, right? It's just like "Brr," all the time.
All the time.
So I've got stuff that I'm working on to partner with, like my contractors, agents that I work with, all that stuff. So I've got all this these lists that I've put together. Well, not lists, like what do you call it? Like explanations, sort of, or just how you can partner with me and when.
Yeah. Okay.
And so, like, I'm meeting with an agent who contacted me from one of my posts about, hey, what do you think about, if you could make 3 times the money, like on each house, that kind of thing. Like, you can buy it with me, sell it with me, invest with me,
Yeah.
I mean, and
Yep.
so I've got a whole thing explaining that. And she had contacted me, and I sent it to her, and she was like, yeah, I'm totally interested in doing this. I've been wanting to work more with investors. I'm getting tired of the retail side and all that kind of stuff. And I mean, it's just, you just start trying to reel people in. It's like if you could just get someone that has a little bit of an open mind to just sit down and talk to you for a minute,
Yep.
like, you know what I mean? It's just like you can get people on your page. And I like to have stuff put together to present to people. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
that. Like, instead of just talking, because I know for me, I want to be able to read and look at things and think about it and stuff like that. So I created links for all this stuff. So I've just been shooting it out to people. And one of my contractors is my plumber. He's licensed. He's great. He's finishing up an HVAC course, to get his HVAC license. And I was talking to him. We on the house that we just finished up about this. I'm like, hey man, if you got extra money, instead of me just paying you for like one job, would you be interested in like buying into like the house with me, and I pay you on your money? And he was like, yeah, I would talk to you about that. He's a Spanish guy, but you can tell he's kind of forward thinking a little bit. And so I same thing. I shot him over all my stuff, and I'm going to talk to him this weekend too. So, I mean, just more meetings, stuff like that. No,
Yeah, that's great. Just keep on building the network and relationship building, right? That's all it is.
yeah.
I mean, those are the agents you need too. You got to get, there's so many agents that are agents and they got into being agents because they wanted to actually be real estate investors anyways, right? And then they were just like that was my story. And then it was, hey, I'm going to get my license so that I can like get in the business full time. And then they get wrapped up in the brokerage and they get wrapped up in this whole thing about being an agent. And you're like, what the hell? I don't like this at all. I got into real estate to be an investor, right? And
Yeah.
those are the people that we got to get in touch with. And I think that especially us investors that are agent friendly, we can definitely, they're gonna make more money. We're gonna make more money. Like this is what it's all about.
I mean, working with us is like a no-brainer. There's no like, I got to go for 30 days and get fine. Maybe I'm going to get financed. Maybe it's going to fall through. It's just like, hey, I can buy the house in like a week. Do you want to do that or not?
Yep. Yep.
So, I mean,
I love it. I love it. What anything that we could help you with? Well, actually, before we even get there, how about how you been doing on like your targets and stuff that you had set for yourself? How's things
yeah,
going?
well, I mean, the first week was the
Bank account.
bank account thing, just slide, to automatic slide over. I mean, that was like 2 seconds.
Perfect.
And
Quick
then,
wins. Quick wins.
yeah. And then, like, I feel like this always happens with me. So like, when we had that half of a day, right, of setting all that stuff up, and then like, it's like you can't quit thinking about stuff. So like, what became sort of another goal for me was all the stuff that I was just talking about, creating all those sheets, to be able to give to people. And so, I probably spent this week. This is the second week, right? Since our thing, this was our second week.
Yes. Yep.
So I kind of spent this week building out like agent stuff for like the agent, a contractor, a homeowner, just general private. I already had a pretty nice private money lending presentation, but I wanted to scale it down, so it was a little bit quicker, simpler, to the point to read, like that I could give to maybe like a homeowner, just like how I was just saying. Not have like a big old, 8-page thing that might be overwhelming, something that was just simple. They could read through it in like 60 seconds. So I kind of put together all those things, this past week. So I feel like even though it was not actually my second target, it was a good step for me.
Yeah, but it was also kind of in alignment. It's in alignment with what you were trying to go out and do anyways. I believe you had something out there where it was like, it's kind of like you wanted to do some education and help other people. I mean, this is
Yeah.
right, and then build relationships with agents and things like that. So it's still kind of in that ballpark in alignment with it.
Yeah.
Makes
And
complete
my,
sense.
and my first, like, and so what worked out great with that was like my first client this morning that I had, when we were wrapping things up, I was talking to her. I was like, because, I try to, like, generally when you're talking about money, right? You're not like, hey, do you have money to lend me? It's kind of like, hey, this is what I do, or everyone, I mean, they all know what I do now, but I'm just saying, hey, if, in your circle, if you know anyone that's interested in like investing, making a fixed return, it's very secure, blah, 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 blah. Would you let me know? Can I send you, I've got a link that just kind of explains all that, super simple. Can I just send you the link? And if you have a conversation with someone or it pops up, maybe I'll come into your head and you can just shoot it over to them, like no obligation or anything. And she was like, well, yeah, that sounds good. I could totally do that. She goes, my daughter lives in Boston. She makes really good money and she's younger and, she might have like, like some money. And she's like, what's the minimum? And I mean, $5,000 isn't really going to get you anywhere. I'm like, probably 30, 50, somewhere in there is when, I mean, they'll start making some money that makes sense to them. And she was like, yeah, she might could do something like that. So she was going to forward that link to her daughter. And I was like, yeah, that's why I open my mouth.
There you go.
So
Yeah, no, that's awesome, dude. Yeah, I mean, that's great, especially having people on the chair all day long. You can absolutely just talk
man,
about
I'm
it.
telling you what, that's been like a blessing in disguise,
Mhm.
So I feel like I'm doing all the talking.
No, it's good. We're going over you. Don't worry, it's good. We're getting you done. That's awesome. That's awesome, dude. I'm happy for you. You definitely seem like you're on a great path, man. Any luck with the properties you sold? Or you're trying to sell? Anything?
Dude, no, but I did talk to this wholesale guy who I have not connected with before, who approached me about the East Side High School property. And he already said, I got someone, I can give you 127. So he already gave me, he wants it,
Yeah.
you know? And so I was like, hang on a second, just let me, I said, I have promised like several people to be able to see the house. And I didn't want to like, I don't want to say, never mind, I sold it. If I told someone they can see it, I want them to have the chance to see it, you know?
What's your potential, if you go through that whole process of fixing it up and flipping it, what's your potential profit off of that? Like, what's the time frame?
I'm not totally sure what I would do. I mean, I was like, it could be a rental, it could be a flip, it could be a scrape it off and put like a duplex or something down. I mean, you know, like there's a lot of viable exit strategies for it, you know, for sure.
Mhm.
So I'm not totally sure yet. I mean, I'm for a full rehab though, I'm like, I mean, yeah, that's gonna be 90 or $100 a square foot in my book. So you
Yeah,
know, I just have to put that together.
yeah.
Um,
But it'd be like, if you did do the full rehab, you think you'd be somewhere around like 300 ARV or more?
no, I don't think it would be. Well, it's only like the square footage on the record say 1,200, but when I was in the house, I was like, I don't know. I don't know if it didn't feel like 1,200, you know, it felt a little smaller.
Yeah,
But so it's probably 1,100, 1,200, maybe, you know, 1,000 to 1,200, somewhere in there.
so tiny.
And
Can you go up?
it's a janky layup, dude.
Ah, okay, yeah,
Janky
yeah,
layout. So
yeah.
like it would have to be you. I don't, for me, I mean, I would be like, I couldn't like just fix this. I would have to kind of redo it all, you know, the
Yeah,
layout and stuff.
yeah,
So, you know, if you could make it into a 3.2, you know, a 300 is probably a good number.
yeah, yeah. That's good. Yeah, I was just kind of curious, just trying to like roll the numbers out and say, you know, hey, can I make, what would you make at 127? What would you make off it if you just wholesaled it at 127? Like,
So it depends on what I do. Like if I can put her on one of my properties in like a second position,
like the 84, yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and I sold it, then it would just be 127 minus my
Take the cash, and
36.
then you make the, yeah, yeah,
So that'd be like 100 grand or something, or 90. You know
right.
what I
But you're
mean?
just paying 700 from
If I did it with Philip, I would need to take the 127 and pay off the discounted note.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So I might end up with, you know, 25 or, you know, some 20, something like that.
Yeah,
You know, after the paying back to 36 plus the discounted note, you know what I mean? Maybe 15, you know, it wouldn't be like that much. It just depends on if she would be interested in doing a second position.
yeah.
You
But
know,
then if you did it that way, then you wouldn't also have to pay the 700,000, the $700 a month payment anymore,
I
right?
would, then I would be responsible for the $700 payment, you know, but I would capture all that cash difference. I would, if it was on my property,
Yeah,
you know, I wouldn't have to pay off a note. I would just keep it, sell it for 127 and I would net like $90,000.
right.
You know what I mean? But it just depends on if she would be okay with the note being like a second position note. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't
Could
know.
you,
I'm trying to finagle a bunch of stuff.
so you could technically, if you had it right properly, I'm just trying to think out loud here, you could, and if you had enough cash flow in a building, you could literally put it on, if, obviously she'd have to be willing, but you could take that, put that second position on another property, and then if you were getting cash flow from another property from tenants, then those tenants would be paying that $700.
Yeah, dude, they're
Right.
paying the note, not me.
Yeah, they're paying the note, and so
Yeah.
then you just get that 90, and then you just, these people are just paying it
You
down,
just
right?
gotta keep it
So,
rent. You just gotta keep it rented then.
yeah, yeah, that's beautiful. I love that. Yeah, especially if you have like a quad or like a, something like that, and it was just like, yeah, no problem. Here you go.
Yeah.
I like
So
that.
then so then I was thinking of, you know, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's like, it's almost like, I don't want that many things to have to figure
A
out, you
lot
know,
of
like
options,
which
a
way
lot
to
of
go.
options.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah,
options. Yeah, a lot of options.
I love it, man. Cool. All right, man. We gonna see you tomorrow by chance over here or no? You gonna be running around in appointments?
I know I'm busy through, 'cause I'm meeting that realtor I was talking about at noon. I'm going to lunch with her.
Gotcha.
She wanted to hook up. I mean, she kept asking me questions and stuff, and I was like, why don't we just get together? you know? And so we set up a lunch tomorrow. I'm going to, I've got a 10 o'clock appointment at the house that I'm closing, the big house, to walk through. I've got 3 of my contractors that are going to meet me there. We're going to look at like some stuff, put some numbers together for that. And I've got the 12 o'clock lunch. And then after that, I don't technically have anything. So I might, jump up there. I need a damn haircut though. So I might try to go to
You gotta get your own haircut.
get my own haircut. Or, I wanted to also meet up with that wholesale guy that I was telling you about, who already made me an offer on the property. Cause he had me send him, all my other stuff. He's like, dude, I got all kinds of people that have deep pockets that are looking to just buy stuff and rent it. And I was like, well, I'll send you some stuff that I've got. And if you can help me move it, you can mark it up or we can work out a fee or something. And he was like, yeah, let's do it. So he said he's got someone interested in like 2 of them, you know. So I don't,
Awesome.
I wanted to meet him and you know what I mean, just kind of go through that because he was talking about he's got connections with people that live up in New York, who have a lot of money and blah blah blah. And I mean, maybe he does, I don't know, but he's talking about I can hook you up with some private money, people that want to do investing and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know. It was worth me saying we need to get together.
Let's have a conversation. I love
Let's talk about it.
it.
So
Cool.
I mean, I'm like, I'll pay you all day long if you can bring me buyers and private
Exactly.
lenders.
Whatever you
Do
want.
whatever you want.
That's right. I love that. We got, Nick, you around, dude, or what? Are you working? There he is.
Some of both.
You're on a boat?
No, some of both. I'm working and I'm around.
Oh, some of both. I was like, you're on a boat. So how you doing, man?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm well. Just grinding.
Grinding? Come on
Grinding
now.
at
Grinding's good.
W2.
W2. What time you getting
Yeah.
off?
8:30.
8:30. Cool. Did you end up, were you able to get a hold of that attorney about that foreclosure? To guy?
Yes and no. They responded to my message that I had sent them. But so it looked like that property, I mean, I'm kind of kicking myself I didn't show up to the auction because it looked like the bank bought it back for 100,000.
No, really?
Yeah, I'm like, dang, I would have paid 101.
Right.
Shoot.
Right.
Yeah. So I was like, well, and it looked like, so originally I thought they were going to require a deficiency judgment against the guy because that's what the paperwork said. But it went through the sale like they waived the deficiency at the time of the sale. And they were like, so it looked like it was a final sale bought by the bank and nobody else bid anything more on it.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So they
I
had an
know.
auction right there. So you could have bought that place for 1. I mean, that place was in decent shape too. We walked
It
it.
was.
Not much
I
left.
know.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what the legal ramifications are because it sounds like the guy who was currently owning it had potentially sold it on like a lease option, or that's just, hypothetically some sort of, whether he was renting it out or sold it to somebody else. Somebody was definitely living there. So I don't know what the,
Definitely a dirty no.
yeah. So I don't know, if it would be just a clean, hey, call the sheriff, you're trespassing, serve him and kick him out in 20 days or 30 days, or if they're, they're going to sue because they supposedly bought it from this guy, I don't know.
Yep. No, I get it. I hear you. Yeah. And the question would be is obviously the bank bought it back. So they're going to just waive that deficiency judgment on themselves anyways. The question is if someone else bought it, would they waive it? Or would it sit there?
Right. Well, and just to be certain, I talked to the guy who was getting foreclosed on, and I said, hey, let's call the bank tomorrow and just verify that, yes, indeed, they're not demanding a deficiency judgment, and maybe say, hey, well, I mean, if you want to unload it, I'm interested. Now, I don't know how that works. I don't know if they have certain channels that they have to go through, and that wouldn't even be a thing. But I mean, I figure it doesn't hurt to ask.
Yep. I bet you, I very rarely do they actually go after a deficiency judgment nowadays anyways.
Yeah.
Really. That's funny. Man, we should have bought it at 101. Damn.
I know, right? Like, golly.
Next time, now we remember. Now we're like, all right, hold on a second. We got to go check this out. Yeah.
We got to just show up to the auction. You never know. Maybe there's one thing on there that's worth it.
Yeah.
Because I stopped showing up to those things because I'm like, there's just, I mean, there was nothing worth really buying. Everything sold for higher than I'd pay for. So I'm like, this is a waste of time.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, cool.
but
Anything else
yeah,
going on? What's be working on?
I'm just going through a lot of that infinite banking stuff. Kind of trying to figure out what that's all about and how to utilize it. And so that's been interesting, with Curtis Ray through the sub 2 stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Set it all up. Trying to get it set up as well. You gonna do it?
Yeah, I think I'm going to. I've got an investment hopefully that will pay out here in the next 6 or 8 to 12 weeks. But I've been waiting for this investment to pay out for the last 3 years, so I don't know if it's actually going to come through or not. But
Is it a
sounds like,
property investment? You invest some money with another investor, or what's the deal?
yeah, I invested it with another gentleman out of Georgia who was doing some like large, I don't want to say real estate per se, but these large brokered transactions from like between countries or big like $1 billion deals that he was sort of working, and one after the other kept falling through, but I think he's finally to the finish line on a deal that would get us paid and get our money back. So hopefully I'll have that investment back in the next 2 to 3 months, and then I'd be able to use some of that to put in to like a whole life or an IUL is what it is, and do the infinite banking strategy. I mean, that's more of a couple year play to be able to access those funds, because liquidity in year one is a lot less.
Yep.
But I don't know if you've run through any of that, but
I haven't. I've never done it. I do know that like it definitely takes a little bit longer. So the quicker you start it, the better off you are, obviously, to start seeing the returns and start using the money and everything. It's not something I've ever really, I haven't explored it much besides just, probably the same things that you've done, seen a couple webinars about it, kind of educated myself about it, but I haven't really set anything up.
yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
But I mean, honestly, I just need to start calling and getting some more action on some real estate stuff. I don't want to be stuck here at the hospital for the next 20 years. So.
Yep. Well, what's the, so what is it that you need help with in your business right now? What is it that you need help with?
Well, Caleb just mentioned, he said something about, hey, if you looking at those Liz Pendens leads that are filtering in. So I haven't. I may start using those at least in the interim between when they publish the list for the foreclosures, so that I'm not just sitting on my hands for a couple of weeks waiting for the next one to come out, so to speak.
Oh, you there?
Yeah. Did I cut out?
I got you. Yep. No, I got you. You're good.
Okay.
I'm trying to pull up the list for you doing Spartanburg, right? You're looking for?
Yeah.
I know that we're sending out a bunch of mailers for it right now, but I think it looks like today just came out as well. This thing's pretty freaking cool. It's like,
Yeah.
so that's good. So yesterday, today. We got what?
So
Today's the
maybe
10th. Is it today's the 10th?
Yeah, it is the 10th today.
Looks like we got 3 new ones today. There's about 4 or 5 yesterday. So every day there seems to be the foreclosure data is definitely picking up.
Rolling in. Yeah.
More every single day. So it's great.
Yeah, definitely. So just, utilizing that tool that you guys set up and just, plugging away, making calls and stuff. Yeah.
Cool. I love it, man. All right. Well, we're here for you, man. I know you got a lot going on between work and the family and all that stuff, but I'll reach out to me tomorrow if you get a chance. I'd love to get a update on what's going on and everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
And go from there, dude. But that's awesome.
Okay.
Are you working all weekend or are you off?
I'm off this weekend. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I work tomorrow, but I'm off this weekend.
Off this weekend. All right. So I think we're gonna do there's Caleb here. No, Caleb was out there looking at some land, so he might have bumped. I'm gonna try. So we're gonna be looking to do the creative finance thing next Friday. Chris, obviously, if you can make it, that'd be awesome. What we'll do
Is it there?
It's gonna be here. Yeah, we'll do it here.
At same time, like 6:30, or what time?
I'm gonna do so Friday. It'll be in the day. Well, I'd rather do it a little bit earlier. So maybe start around 9 o'clock or so.
Oh yeah, I mean I'm off, so I I'll put it on my calendar.
We'll do that. And then Nick, I'll see if I can definitely record it. I will see if there's a way that I've been wanting to anyways, get like, I mean, we got a camera here, but I wonder if we can get a different camera there and then we can kind of like stream it. I want to definitely do something where we could do some sort of trainings. I've been kind of just waiting until the thing, till we get approval next door to start rehabbing that place next door, which hopefully the zoning will go through on, we have an appointment on Tuesday is the hearing. So hopefully that gets approved and then we can start working on the building across the way there as well, which will be great. Because that way I want to set up a spot where we can really do like a hybrid type of thing where people can do it virtually and be in person, and there'll be a lot more room for everybody.
Well, I may be able to make it in person next Friday,
Okay.
but I not 100% yet.
Cool. I like it. Is that what you meant by syllabus, like the creative finance syllabus, like what we were going to be doing?
Yeah, like what plan would go over
Yeah.
during that.
I like
mean, I don't know. It looked like it was originally like for 5 or 6 hours. So it's like, oh, okay. Well, maybe we're,
Yeah, I don't know if
enough.
we're gonna go that long. I mean, the biggest thing would be, it's really mostly about teaching creative finance to like agents and other people and bringing them in like the community and teaching all that stuff. Obviously, we'll go over it with everybody as well, and it'll be a teaching platform from others. My plan was to just really break down the concepts, how it is that we can help other agents, how it is that we can help other investors, like sell deals, right? Dead wholesale deals, things like that, other options besides that cash option. Present some deals that we've done that we've been able to help sellers move forward from all that stuff. How we can buy things, seller finance, how we can do, mortgage method stuff, how we can do subject to, all that stuff. Hybrid deals, everything.
Hey, is this the thing that y'all were talking about that the agents are going to come to?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
I'm going
If you want to invite that agent that you
Yeah,
meet tomorrow,
that's that's exactly what I thought about. Her name's Paula.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna
that'd be
tell her.
awesome to do
I'm
that
gonna
too.
say you need to come and bring some people.
Yeah, tell her, be like, hey, we're gonna be doing this. Come on by if you know anybody else that's interested. Without a doubt. That'd be awesome. I want to get some agents in here too. And I tell you, I'm waiting for the right agents to come in. If you guys know of one, because like all these deals and all these foreclosures that we're getting, obviously then some majority of them are going to want to list it on the MLS themselves. And I get it. Like that's might be your only option. So I'd love to be able to build a pipeline of where we can be giving these people deals or at least leads, right? And then we give them these leads, and then obviously, ideally, there's some reciprocation that comes in on the back end where they give us some off-market stuff that they come up with or something like that.
I've got another agent I work a lot with, and she's also a client now. I bet if she's not doing anything, she'll come for sure. I'll get in touch with her before tonight's over.
Cool.
And my wife's an agent, so I'll tell her that she needs to be there.
Yeah, cool. I like it, gentlemen. I like it. I guess Brad, you need anything, brother?
I was just wondering, like, with the foreclosure data, is that that's on the Slack app?
Yep, that's inside the Slack. It actually is gonna be, I wish Caleb was here. I believe it's automatically now actually just going right into the deal portal. He was working on a link to get that right into the deal portal as well. So we
Okay.
just have it in the Slack. If it's not in there right now, it will be. Let me just log in right now. I know he was working on it. View all properties. If I go up into rehab preset dashboard, marketing. So it is coming right into new foreclosures. It's coming right into, if you go at the top and you hit the marketing button.
Yep.
On the top, and then you go into, it'll be the dashboard. You go into foreclosures, it'll show you right there. It says there's 311 new ones in there right there. View foreclosures, it'll give you all that data right there as well. And then we have it set up, and then it actually, the really cool thing too that he's done is he's actually, if you hit the door knocking route, it's actually now giving a door knocking route that if people want to go knock the doors, it'll map the whole entire thing out for you.
Oh, sweet. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So it's definitely something there. I mean, that we'll just continue to improve that and work on that. What we're going to be working on is getting in his, we just got to figure it out exactly what to do, but to be able to skip trace it right inside of it so we can get that information right away.
Okay.
Right. But we have it set up now where we have the mail queue right there. We have it, we can just hit this button and it's gonna print and then we're gonna mail them all out. And then they automatically start going right into the drip campaign of calling and everything. So those would definitely be good lists for you to call as well.
Is this the deals dot GVL?
Yep.
I don't understand, like, I don't see anything when I log in. I mean, all I see is like the one thing I put in there.
That's all you see there?
Yeah.
I will have to find out why. Maybe there's a setting in there that we gotta change for you, dude.
Like if I go to the menu in the top right and I hit deals, is that,
Yeah.
I mean, it just says manage your properties and it says your deals. That's it.
Okay, let me see. So what I'll have, edit profile. Let me see how it's set up on there. I don't know that'd be a back end question that I get no clue how to deal with, but I'll ask Caleb
Okay.
about it. I'll see how he's got it set up. It might just be a setting that has to be switched on.
Yeah, that's fine. And then the dashboard overview, is the same thing. It's just really it just has my one.
Just the one that you've put in there?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's why I was curious, because when I looked in the deals portal last night, that's the only thing I seen too.
Gotcha. Yep. I'll see. I think he might not have opened it up yet because he's still working on the back end of it here, so it's not really flowing properly yet. So that'd be my guess.
Okay.
But I'll find out more about it. Cool, and we'll get that rolling because that's
So-
just gonna keep building that.
So we're gonna use that for all the deal flow. Like we can all log in and see kind of what's going on, and we can all so how do we know, like, is it gonna is it gonna show like what's been called on, things like that? Or, it's just, we can just jump in there and just start calling people, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, so we have it set up where there's gonna be, we have it all backtracked into our go high level of where it is there inside our CRM of obviously where it's being tracked and all that stuff. The whole thing that we're doing is we're working all these leads on our back end for everybody really. And so then when the deals come in, we're just getting them under contract and then the deals are gonna be just presented to you guys to work with them, right? And
Yeah.
obviously do that.
I mean, as far as like how we can help facilitate, all that process
All
though.
stuff, yeah.
Yeah, if y'all already called, like, someone like just say today, I mean, I don't want to get on there and call right behind you.
Right, yeah, no, I hear you, no, I hear you. Yeah, no, I mean, obviously, we'll have to figure out what's the best way to do it. We were kind of like thinking about, who wants to really call? So some people don't even want to call, some people will, right? And then how is it that we could assign, like do like a round robin type of assigning people to areas, or maybe it's like, hey, I just want this one specific area to focus in, like you would want to do Greenville and Nick would want to do like Spartanburg, right? And then Brad wants to do, whatever area he want, like whatever that would be. Maybe that's the way that we'll work it out. We'll kind of figure out what works best that way.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm not too sure. I know what we're doing is we're just blasting them all out with mailers and then we're following up and doing that. I think it's good though, because you can call people too, and then it'd be like, hey, like, what do we got going on? A different voice and a different name, helps a lot too, right? Then we can kind of play the game.
Yeah. What time are y'all think you're gonna be up? What are your hours up there tomorrow? You gonna be around much up there?
Yeah, I mean, I'll be out here. I'm pretty much getting here around 9:30 every day, and then I'm pretty much here every day. So
I just don't think I'd be able to make it up there before probably 2,
Friday, yeah, I'm doing a bunch of interviews. We're looking at hiring a VA, so I'm gonna be doing some interviews during that. I pretty much will get out of here, well, tomorrow. It all depends, you know how it is, like with projects and stuff. Sometimes you gotta take off and go meet someone out there or whatever. But
Okay.
I'll be around. I know Caleb will be around. I should be here probably till about 3 o'clock would be my guess.
All right.
It's Friday, so I'd like to kind of like go home early on Fridays.
All righty.
Do my thing. Cool. All right. It was good seeing y'all.
Yeah, you too, man.
Reach out.
Brad, I don't think I've met you.
No, me and my wife actually just started about 3 weeks to a month ago.
Yeah.
So we're all new. We're new to this.
Brad is new. He's trying to get into wholesaling, fixing and flipping. Brad, Chris is definitely someone to contact. He does a lot of he does a lot of fixing and flipping. He's owned some rentals as well.
Yeah.
So he's definitely someone that he's got a lot of knowledge. He can help you with a lot of stuff too. That's
Yeah.
why I was like, hey, throw everything inside the WhatsApp thing, because there's a lot of people in there that have a lot of knowledge.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Cool.
So all good. All right, guys. You have a
See you.
great day.
Awesome.
Good seeing y'all.
All right, see you.
God bless.
Thank